you remember, I had explained that there are three kinds of top secrets in this world. Can you remember? You cannot remember what I tell you. That's the whole trouble. Three kinds of top secrets. The Buddha says this. Three group of people. Not only people. First group is ladies. Ladies are having top secret in this world. Men can associate with them throughout their life. Still, man cannot understand their secrets. Secret does not mean bad things. Certain things they keep as secrets. Good or bad makes no difference. This is the nature of their life. I do not know whether right or wrong. You can understand. All right. Next one is more important. What is the next group? Priest. Priest or monk. You associate with them, whether they are Buddhists or Christians or Hindus or Muslims, makes no difference. Priests are priests. They have their own secrets. It is very difficult for you to understand certain secrets that they uphold. So again, I have to say, secret means not bad things, certain things. They don't want to reveal others. Keep as secret. What is the last one? Religions. Religions have a lot of secrets. Every religion. That means we try to learn, we try to understand, we believe, but we never get the clear understanding, forever remains them as secrets. Now we believe rebirth, that there will be another existence or another life hereafter or after our death. That is only a belief. To them who believe that it is true, yes, rebirth exists. To those who do not believe that there is no rebirth, there is nothing. But there is something. Because they don't use the word rebirth. Death is not the end of life. Every religion says. Death is not the end of our life. Then different religious groups differ. Some groups say only heaven or hell. Some others say not only heavens and hells. There are so many other places. According to Buddhism, how many places? 31. Including heaven and hell. 31 places in the whole universe. And to some others, there is nothing. That means end of our life. No heaven, no hell, no rebirth, nothing. Materialist, agnostic, and communist, so many others. To them there is nothing. From the Buddhist point of view, that idea is just like animals' way of thinking. Because animals do not know anything about their life. Just exist and enjoy your supper, that's all. So human beings who believe that death is the end of everything is just like animals from the Buddhist point of view. Because they cannot extend further to understand that there will be something. whether it is heaven or hell or something else. But human mind got potential, intelligence to understand it. Others cannot. That is why we regard them as unfortunate living beings. Now let us say cats and dogs and certain living beings, they enjoy their life better than human beings, some of them. But still, they are unfortunate living beings because they do not know anything about their life. They cannot prepare for anything, for their future, for their destiny. They have no such idea. But we human beings have that knowledge, that understanding, that we must behave in such a way. We must do certain things. We should not do certain things by considering our destiny, by knowing that there will be something after our death. Those who believe in rebirth, yes, they prepare for that rebirth. Those who believe in heaven, yes, they are preparing for that heaven. Those who try to escape from hell, they can escape from that. That means they prepare. But all these things are beliefs. Forever remain them as secret. We believe, although we cannot understand. Belief in heaven and hell. If anybody asks, where is this heaven? Where is this hell? Very easily we can say heaven is above, hell is below. We know only that much. Is there anybody in this world who have seen heaven or hell? Therefore, to many people, it is only imagination. It is only belief. There is no such ready-made place called heaven or hell. But pleasurable, unpleasurable, or miserable, peaceful or happy, or unfortunate or miserable existence. These two places we regard as heaven and hell. It is not a ready-made place either above or below, where there are suffering from birth up to the last breath. In any form, hell is there. Therefore, we cannot deny the existence of hell. It does exist. So while they are suffering, some others enjoy their life from their birth up to the last breath. They are in heaven, either as humans or devas or brahmas or any other living form. So sufferings and pleasure we analyzed and illustrated. Religious people have illustrated, exaggerated, beautified, decorated to create temptation. Oh, heaven is like this. Then people say, yes, we like it. Then prepare. Otherwise they never prepare. Then illustrate hell. The burnings and cutting and poking and torturing and miserable life illustrate. Then, hell is so miserable, so then we don't know to do certain things. This is the only way, only technique. So religious people are very, very intelligent actually. The method they introduce to control mankind, not to do bad things and to do good things, by introducing heaven and hell. Otherwise they are not scared of anything. They do not behave as real human beings. Whether heaven or hell exists or not, the religious illustrations of heaven and hell serve a great deal to maintain human dignity, human intelligence, and peace and harmony and happiness in our life. Otherwise, human beings are more dangerous, more wicked and more cruel than animals. Animals are not that dangerous. When human mind is wicked, one human being can destroy the whole world. Animals cannot do this kind of thing. Devils, ghosts, you are scared of them, but they are stupid, you cannot understand. I don't know why intelligent people are scared of stupid people. Ghosts and devils are really stupid, but you are scared of them. If you really know who they are, you can behave in such a way to frighten them. They will run away. Do you know that? So, you had to develop your willpower, intelligence, understanding, courage and convictions and devotion. Then all the devils and ghosts run away. When you become very weak and timid, then they will come and play mahjong on your back. This is the method taught by the Buddha. So, we believe there are ghosts and spirits and devils, but no evidence. Create imagination. People say, we heard they are crying, we heard. Whenever there is some sort of very funny noise, they say, oh, devils are crying, ghosts are crying, making noise. All are our imagination, my dear friends. When our minds are very weak, we create this kind of imagination. We are scared of this. That fear created by our own mind due to lack of understanding. That is why knowledge is important. So whatever we talk, heaven and hell are still secret. One day when I was to give a talk at the University of Malaya, during a religious forum, one Buddhist, one Christian, one Muslim, one Hindu, four of us. The subject was concept of God from different religious groups. In my talk, I mentioned, after listening to the others talk, supposing if heavens and hells were closed down, what are you going to preach in the name of your religion? You always talk about heaven and hell, reward and punishment. That is religion. So if heaven and hell were closed down, is there anything for you to talk to introduce your religion? So they depend on heaven. They try to avoid hell. That is religion. But I told them, I can talk about Buddhism without depending on heaven or without talking anything about hell. Buddhism. Because we do not depend on heaven. But we cannot deny their existence. I just now explained the nature of heaven. We do admit, we give that name. But we had to develop further for our spiritual development, mental purity, not only faith and belief and devotion. Spiritual development and mental purity. Whatever we believe, if there is no purity in our mind, it is impossible for us to end all our suffering, wherever we exist. Whether it is heaven or an human form or devas or brahmas, because the minds are not pure, not clean. Then the defilements, impurities, again create temptation, after that jealousy, anger, greed, violence, bloodshed, so many other things. If the purity is there in our mind, no such evil forces. Complete peace, harmony, unity, understanding, tranquility, bliss. Experience all the good qualities. Again, the concept of God is a top secret. Many people believe, Buddhists also believe, Hindus also believe, but there is nobody in this world who can prove the existence of God. But it is very important. Whether the God exists or not, the concept of God is very important for human mind. Anatole France, a French scholar, he says, I mention in this my book, whether the God exists or not, somehow or the other, we must create a God. Because for our human mind, the concept of God is very, very important. Otherwise, we feel loneliness, insecurity, uncertainty, fear, worries, lot of disturbance. When that concept is given, God exists, we can depend on God, forget all these things. This is the nature of the human mind. It is true. Now many others try to introduce godless religion. They did not succeed. Because they never knew that human mind needed this. Now what is the Buddhist concept? Some people say, Buddhists do not believe in God. They are wrong. You cannot find in the Buddha's teaching where he has mentioned that there is no God. This word you cannot find in the Buddha's teaching. In fact, one of his disciples asked this question. What have we got to prove that God exists? This is the question. The Buddha gave a very funny answer. He said, what have you got to prove that God does not exist? You see how he answered the question? That means he did not say God does not exist. But the main theme of his teaching is whether the God exists or not, you had to look after yourself, you had to develop your way of life, your spiritual development, purity. Then, if God exists, so much the better. If God does not exist, you never miss anything. Because you have done your job. A parable is given in one of the books. Belief in God for the protection is very good. No one can say it is wrong, whether they are who believe in God or not. It is better to pray and worship and depend on God for their protection. That gives some sort of self-confidence. Good. But don't forget to lock the door when you go out at night time, thinking that God will protect your house until you come back. Understand? That is the Buddhist attitude. You had to do your duty, whether God exists or not. God exists, so much the better. If God does not exist, you never lose anything because you have prepared. This is the Buddhist. Therefore, you must never say, as Buddhists, we don't believe in God. You must never say it is wrong. To many others, that belief is very important to maintain everything in this world because of belief in God. So you must never go against that. But people have different concepts, different beliefs, different understanding. Hindu concept of God, Buddhist concept of God, Christian concept of God, Muslim concept of God, entirely different. They too have some sort of concept about God, but they differ. So we should not quarrel or fight or argue, attack or criticize or condemn because of these differences. It depends on our human mentality, how we analyze, how we understand things. But it is a secret, as I mentioned. And Buddhists and Hindus and Jainas very strongly believe that there is something which is called karma. And Christians and Muslims say they don't believe in karma. They have nothing to do with karma. But Buddhists and Hindus are very strong. But have they got anything to prove that karma exists? Is it not only a belief? It is a secret. Religious secrets are very, very deep. We can spend our whole life to understand one secret we never realize. That is why belief is important. To believe, understanding is not very important. We believe because we need. Understanding is one thing. Now, scientists, psychologists, rationalists, free thinkers, agnosticists, they try to ignore all these religious concepts and beliefs. They use their intellect, their knowledge, and experiment. So they have discovered so many things which we have never heard few hundred years ago. But they have gone against certain concepts upheld by religious people. If they have followed religious concepts, the universe and the nature and phenomena, only little bit. So, we should not worship or we should not pray to scientists, thinking they have gone beyond religious secret or sacred teaching. They have learned only little bit. But in every religion, you can find lot of dogmas, lot of superstitious belief in every religion, in Buddhism also. I can point out so many things in Buddhism, but they are not the teachings of the Buddha. Later, some of those disciples incorporated into the teachings of the Buddha. These things contradict with the scientific discoveries. In every religion there are dogmas and superstitious beliefs. No religion is free from superstitious ideas. I remember a bishop in London wanted to give a public talk. He advertised in the newspaper. The topic is Christianity is in danger. That is the subject. Then he gave a talk. We read the report in the newspaper. In our Bible, there are so many superstitious beliefs and dogmatic ideas. Today people have studied science. If we are not going to remove these things from our Bible, there will be no future for Christianity in this part of the world. This is 20 years ago. What is happening in the West today? What this bishop has said. Now let us come back to Buddhism. What happened to Buddhism in China, Tibet, Vietnam, Cambodia, and half of Korea? What happened to Buddhism? Wiped out, ousted. By whom? The same people who followed this religion, not by outsiders. Because in the name of Buddhism, in those countries, they have preached, they have introduced so many practices, beliefs and traditions and customs and lot of superstitious ideas. People came to know many of these things. They knew this religion. They go, no, entirely different. According to their own traditions and customs and way of life and mentality, they have organized everything. That is why today you can see Chinese Buddhism, Japanese Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism, and Sri Lankan Buddhism, Thai Buddhism, Burmese Buddhism, Indian Buddhism. But Buddhism is Buddhism. How can you introduce a Chinese Buddhism and Japanese Buddhism? That means they are not preaching, they are not practicing the Dharma taught by the Buddha. Differences or discriminations they have created by adapting their own method, own belief, according to their needs. They wanted to lower where Buddhism is very, very active. Sri Lanka, Thailand, Burma, and some other countries, China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, India. Go and observe unbiasedly what they do, what they preach, what they practice. That the same doctrine, teachings the Buddha has introduced 2,500 years ago? No. Entirely different. According to their own traditions and customs and way of life and mentality, they have organized everything. That is why today you can see Chinese Buddhism, Japanese Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism, and Sri Lankan Buddhism, Thai Buddhism, Burmese Buddhism, Indian Buddhism. But Buddhism is Buddhism. How can you introduce a Chinese Buddhism and Japanese Buddhism? That means they are not preaching, they are not practicing the Dharma taught by the Buddha. Differences or discriminations they have created by adapting their own method, own belief, according to their needs. They wanted to lower status of religion according to their way of life. That is what has happened to every religion in this world today. Do you think Christians are really practicing what Jesus Christ taught? Do you think Hindus are really practicing what Krishna has taught? Do you think Buddhists are practicing really what the Buddha taught? They have gone far away. Religion has become a very good source for them to use for their personal benefit, material gain, political power, authority. But what is the main purpose of religion? The main purpose of religion is for us to be good, to do good, to maintain healthy, pure mind. All the other practices are useless if these three things are not there. Any religion. First, we must try to be good. But we can do good things, but we are not good. Our jealousy, our selfishness, our greed, our anger are boiling in our mind. But we are practicing all sorts of religion, thinking we are religious people. Where is religion if the mind is not pure under any religious label? We pray to God. Somebody asked this question, whether God actually got enough time to sleep. Because people believe that God has no time because always keep an eye on His creatures, what they are doing. Otherwise, they do wrong things. And somebody told, yes, there is. When people go and pray, he takes the opportunity to sleep. That is the only time. Otherwise, he has no time. At that time, they have no time to do bad, wicked, cruel things. The time that is spent for praying. So God can relax only at that time. Actually, we try to bluff the God. Because we have become cleverer than God. I think God never thought that we become so clever at the beginning. We know how to bluff very easily. Human mind is so cunning, so selfish, and we can twist and turn and give entirely different interpretation in the name of religion, by using the name of God, using the name of Buddha. We are not actually become religious people. By using religion, we practice irreligious way of life. There is no religion in our mind, but there are a lot of activities. Praying, 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 worshipping, offering, and chanting, and decorations, and processions, ceremonies, all sort of things in the name of religion. In the name of religion, but there you cannot find religion. But without any of those activities, you can remain as good religious people. Nothing to spend, not even single cent. Just now I mentioned. Try to be good by training, controlling, developing, purifying your mind. By spending money, you cannot do that. Try to do good even without spending anything. You can extend, radiate your kindness, your compassion, your honesty, your sincerity, your patience and tolerance, your unity and harmony, understanding. Nothing to spend even single cent. Contribute a lot for the benefit of others. To remove There are fear and worries and tensions. When we radiate all our good qualities and virtues, they also can live peacefully. Is there anything for you to spend? So when we practice these two, the purity takes place automatically in the mind. Then, whether we are Christian or Muslims or Hindus or Buddhists, all are religious people, all are good people. Then why do we argue? Why do we attack? Why do we criticize? Why do we condemn? Why do we want to maintain superiority complex that our religion is better than your religion? Oh, stupid ideas. We go far away from religion by maintaining the superiority and inferiority complex by taking religion. The purpose of religion is only these three things. Whether you pray or not, whether you hold festivals or not, ceremonies or not, if you can maintain this, try to be good as much as possible that you can by knowing your weaknesses. Try to do good without harming, without disturbing, without hating, without cursing, without accusing, but by cultivating unity and harmony and cooperation, you become better. Hating without cursing, without accusing, but by cultivating unity and harmony and cooperation, understanding, then others can live peacefully. If there is anything that you can do, also can. That is the purpose of religion. So, I started my discussion with the top secret, religious secret. First started women's secret, then started monks or priests secret. Now talking about religious secret, but I have revealed what religion is, or the purpose of religion, without depending on any religious secret. Whether there will be another life or not, it is advisable for us to be good. We should not think, oh, we must do good things, or we should not do bad things, because there will be another life after that. Otherwise, I can do anything whatever I like. That should not be the attitude. That is an entirely different thing. Preparing for the next life is another. But whether there will be another life or not, as long as we live in this world as human beings, it is our duty to maintain our human dignity by giving due credit to our human intelligence. Then there is nothing to waste in our life. If there will be another life, definitely it will become better than this, if we behave in that way. If there is nothing hereafter, we never lose anything. Because we lived by upholding our dignity and peace and harmony. So we have nothing to worry about all these religious secrets, whether they are true or not, wasting our time. We cannot understand what is right and what is wrong. We knew all these things, in fact, before all these religions come into existence. Because all these religions have history. Buddhism says 2,500 years. But before 2,500 years, people knew killing is bad, stealing is bad, this is bad, this is bad. They knew all these things through their experience. Humanism. Under humanism, no religion at that time. Therefore, the belief that people maintain that God has given all these things, we are not ready to accept that. To, reinforce the validity of these things, they imbue concept of God. This is given by God, this is given by God, this is given by God. And as Buddhists, if we say, the Buddha says like this, therefore we should not do that. The Buddha says like this, therefore we must do that. Then what about our thinking? What happened to our mind? Can't we understand that this is right and this is wrong? Why do we want to depend on Buddha? Buddha says like this, therefore we must do like that. Buddha, he himself has said this. Don't accept, don't practice anything by depending on Buddha. You must use your mind to understand whether it is right or wrong without depending on God or Buddha. You do not know how to give credit to your own mind because you have no self-reliance. You have no self-confidence. Always depend on others, either God or the Buddha or somebody else. I think you can remember this Krishnamurti, one of the very highly intellectual, independent man who had no particular religion. He says, people who always get ideas from others are second-class human beings. That means they do not know how to think. Always get ideas from others. What happened to their mind? They are so lazy and they think they cannot do that without depending on another person. That is our weakness. Before his passing away, the parting word of the Buddha, what he says, Atta Deepa Bhikkhave Viharatha Atta Sarana Ananya Sarana. Take refuge in you. Do not take refuge in others. What does it mean? Develop your self-confidence. Without depending on others, then you can find out your salvation. This salvation you cannot get from another person. You cannot get your salvation from the Buddha. You cannot get this salvation from God unless you develop. That is what the Buddha said. Don't depend on others. You must know that you can do that if you use your effort and knowledge and understanding. But you don't want to use any of these things. Depend on somebody. Either Buddha or God or Brahma or somebody else. See? So you did not ask any questions. Just I started without any aim or in random, just to talk something, just like last Friday. Still got time. You can ask any questions because very controversial ideas that many people cannot agree, many people cannot understand, as I mentioned just now. But these are food for your thought, for you to think and think and think, later you get the answer. We cannot give the answer. We give the ideas for you to think. Then you get the answer. Yes. Don't waste time. This is New Year period. There is the trouble with you. When I talk, you don't ask questions. Well, no questions and better to go home early and enjoy your New Year. Okay? Sharing of merits. Ready? Imina punya kammena upajjaya gunuttara acari upakaraca mata pita piya mamang Suriyo Chandi Maharaja Gunavanta Narapicha Brahma Maharaja Indacha Lokapalacha Devata Yamo Mitta Manusacha Majjata Verika Picha Desatta Sukhi Hontu Punyani Pakatani Me Sukhanca Dividang Dentu Kippang Papeta Omatang Imina punya kammena Imina uddisena ca Kippahang sulabe ceva Sannupadana cedanang Yesantane hinadamma Yava nibbanato mamang Santu sabbadayeva Yatta jato bhave bhave Ujujitto sattipanyo Salleko viriyavamina Maralabantu nokasang Katunca viriyesu me Uddhadi pavaronato Dhammonato aruttamo Nato paccheka sambuddho Sanggonattaro mamang Tesottamanubhavena Maroka sanglabhantu ma